Hello friends, welcome back. So I'm going to continue from the last video, and in this video we'll talk about how to persist the data in H2 database. So if you guys remember, in the last video we created some entries, like we created one table called OK Computing with some records in it. Now in this video we'll see how to persist the data. Okay, so for that we'll just need to play with only one property. So if you guys remember the data source URL, it says jdbc colon s2. So jdbc is your driver type, s2 is your database, mem is like memory, in memory database, and s2 database is my database name. But now I want to keep my database in somewhere so that I can use it later. Like if I just want to, say for example I'm working on a POC and I want to retain my data until I'm done with my POC. So what I'm going to do is we'll just comment out this property and we'll enable the first one. It says spring.datasource URL jdbc colon s2, and then what we are going to do is, like, we'll go where we are we're thinking to store the database in the files. So if you see here we have used something called mem, so that is like memory, but now we are going to put the data into the files, where in files, and here is a path. So basically this is, I do have on my C drive, I do have h2 database folder, and there inside that one I have something called sample. Okay, so we have enabled this one now. Okay, so it's the other side here, persist data in file. Okay, so that is what I want. Now let me just go and run this application, then we'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm just going to stop this application and let me just start Springboot app. So wait for the application to come up and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so it has started. I'll just go back and log into H2 console. Connect. Sorry. So this time the point is, like, let me just go. So now we have changed the path, right? Now we are no more pointing to the in-memory database. So we just need to update, as I told you earlier as well. So your database URL should be same. Whatever you have in your application.properties file should be there in your application. In your H2 console as well. Now let me just go and see. Successful connect. It's connected. Now we have those tables here, and if I run this one, I'll have the data, C drive, and then S2 database and sample. So if you see, I have this folder called sample. It's here, right? Now what I'm going to do is, let me just go back to this application to console, and I'm going to insert some data here. So what I will do is I'll simply run my SQL again with some more data. So I'll just update these values with, we can say, let me call it Virat, and then I call it as Kohli. Email ID, I'll simply write virat.kohli@gmail.com, whatever it is, and I'll keep as ms Dhoni. So I'll go to ms.dhoni@gmail.com, and then here I'll call it as Saurav Ganguly. I'm just putting some random data, and just want to see that whether we keep this data in the database or not. So I'll call it s.gmail.com. okay, so let me just run this SQL. Things are fine. Let me just run the select. Okay, now we can see that we have 6 records in the database. So what I'm going to do is, now I'll just simply go and restart this application. I'll stop the server, and then I want to see whether we have the data in the database or not. So let's go to application. Okay, so just one thing which I wanted to highlight, I just modified my schema.sql. So just to show that it's create table if it is not there in the database. Like if you do not have this table, then only it will create the table. If it is there, it will simply go and insert the records. Okay. Now I will start the application, and then let's see whether we still have those 6 records in the database or not. Database. Connect. Table. Select. So now you can see that we have 9 records. And okay, so basically I restarted my application and then I still can see that we still have those new additional records. So this is how you can persist your database. Like now, if you just want to, if you want, you can exit out of your application, you can restart your IDE, and then you can or even you can shut down your laptop, you come back, you will still see all the data in your S2 database. So this is how you can persist your database. So the only thing which we need to change is you just need to point your database URL to a file system, and this should exist in your system, in like the file and the path. It should be there in your system. Then you only need to look, right? Now let me just go back, and I'm not sure whether okay, I don't have this case. So what I will do is I'll just simply go and create few more records, so that just to be sure that we are okay, we are good. So I'll take again this one, and then this time I'll just create some random data. I'll call it as file and then email ID file, something like that, and then I'll call it as and then I'll call it as so I'm just putting some random data here. Just want to make sure that we still keep the data. I just want to be sure that yes, data is there in the database. If I restart the application done as well, then I'll call it as okay. Let me just run this SQL. Okay, let me just verify. Now you can see that we have 12 records in the database, and what I want to do is I'll just simply stop my server and I will just exit out of my IDE, and then let's see what happens. Okay, exit, and then let me just restart Eclipse. So the sole point of this video is to make sure that you enable the persistent, because S2 database, it doesn't persist your data by default. You have to make it work. Now working it. Set up, and then we'll see. I will just restart, and then now if I go and simply click on S2 console, it won't work because my server is not yet ready. So I'll just simply run this application on a Springboot app, and then okay, so just wait for this to happen, then we'll see what happens. Okay, let me just go and run the localhost S2 console, pointing to the db2 sample, connect, and then let me run this SQL. So now you guys can see, right, that we are having all the data. Okay, now the only thing which you will see that you can see the repetition, no? Yes, yeah, here you can see the repetition of these 3 records, Rahul Dravid, and these. Because we have these 3 records in data.sql file here. So every time when you just restart your server, these three records will be created, because like whatever the default entries you have in your data.sql file will be created, because your framework, it executes these 2 SQLs every time when you start your server. Okay, so I think that's it for this video, guys. So in this video we have learned how to persist the data, and you must know this approach if you are working on a POC or you're doing some sort of development. Okay, so thank you for watching, and bye for now.